Listen. You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two. Keep your mouth shut and your eyes open.
How's it going? Let's roll into this video. So I'm going to talk about something that this topic of this video is going to be: if Europe gets back on its feet, when, I'm going to say when, not if, when, because they're going to get back on their feet. It's a matter of time. When Europe gets back on its feet, you won't have to thank Germany for it. That's for fucking sure. Now, I'm going to talk about, Germany just balked it. They wanted them to, the EU wanted Germany to give, 6.7 billion, euros for the Eurozone bailout. But, Germany's like, hell no, we ain't giving that. Because, they said, they want the root cause. If the root cause, they said the root cause of the debt, how they got it, why'd you get to that debt? The root cause isn't addressed. They figured they're just throwing their money away, which I can't blame. But the EU, the Eurozone, the European Union, they want the largest and the best economy right now to bolster the fund, which Germans are like, hell no. Basically, they want welfare. It's welfare, basically. How can you reward these countries when they're not even tackling or addressing the problem? But I can see that because, I can put it on a similar scale to myself, a way smaller scale. Some of us have family members, or some of us have friends that spend like there's no tomorrow. Then they want to come and borrow money off of you, and maybe the first couple times, yeah, you give them that money. But then all of a sudden they still spending and they ain't paying you back. So there'll be a limit. You say, I can't do this no more. I just feel like it's a form of welfare. You want Germany just because their economy is strong, but Germany makes a lot of tough, drastic decisions that have their economy the way they're at. If you look at Germany, you look at for a previous job, I worked for Germans. When I say I work for Germans, I don't mean German Americans. I don't mean your buddies whose grandparents came from fucking Berlin. I mean, I work for people who were from fucking Germany. They fly over here. The business was owned by Germans. And I'm gonna say this one thing about Germans. Germans are big on education, getting their money, and they're real anal. I mean, they're anal to the point, I'll give you a point, measurement-wise. If something, and I had to work with millimeters, so I had to do all my backtracking in millimeters. If something's 6 3/4 millimeters on the blueprint, you better have it 6 3/4 millimeters. You can't have this, you know how Americans kind of give a little slack for this and slack for that. Germans aren't like that. Germans are it's almost like a goddamn exact science of these people. They have it to the point where they're if you ever worked on a Volkswagen, and or it's fucking rough. Because the Germans have everything all tight and it's all, man, like a Scirocco or something, or an old style Jetta. You know what I'm talking about. So the Germans aren't really in the mood to hand out any money, which I can't really blame them, because why are you gonna punish us? Because they know if they give that money, the German people know that they got to recoup that money, and if they're broke, these economies are broke now. How are they getting that money? They ain't getting that money back anytime soon. So the German people don't have to pay for it. But maybe they might have cuts in their social programs. I don't know. It's just, I'll give Germany credit because I couldn't do it either. America does that stuff, but America does it at the expense of us. And when I say America, I'm not going to say Republican or Democrat, whoever's in charge. They all do it. This is the only point of what Ron Paul, which I'll agree with him, I'll give him credit for. If you want to reduce the deficit, cut this foreign spending. Give him Pakistan fucking money that, especially when they were our quote-unquote friends on the war of terrorism, they hid bin Laden. And now what they're doing, if you look at this, they arrested the doctor that told the CIA where bin Laden was. And now they're probably torturing the shit out of him. That's obvious. But they charge him with treason. Now, mind you, they're our friend in war on terrorism. But yet, when we went up and got bin Laden, it was a problem. Well, if it wouldn't have been a problem if you would have gotten him to begin with. Like, if you saw his house, you saw the fence, you saw the neighborhood he was living in, Lord knows, man, ain't no way in hell you can, how can, it was like the size of a fucking stadium. Like, as far as, like, not the house, but the area-wise. I'm like, who's that? Oh, that's, just a new neighbor. Come on now. The Pakistani police had to know the ISI. They had to know this. The problem was that Pakistan was taking some payments. If you want to cut funds fucking Israel. I know that ain't gonna be a popular decision, or well, I'm gonna say it's popular, but cut Israel's funds. Israel ain't really hurting. I mean, cut all this foreign spending, cut it for at least a year to see where we get. But I can feel for Germany, because I just wouldn't want to be over in Germany. I still don't trust fucking Germans, man. I don't trust them fuckers from Germany. I do not trust. I didn't trust them when I was working with them. Because to them, Americans are all stupid. Well, that's what everybody thinks anyway. But yet, everybody imitates our culture. But nonetheless, I digress. But as far as the economics, if Europe, when Europe gets back on its feet, Germany ain't gonna be the first one they send a postcard to. So I just had to ramble on. So I'm done. So out.